friends, this is the Christmas in July. Our house is a great time to DIY home decor. Like our girls recent things, bath, honeydew list, and all other co-hosts will be in my description. I needed paint, and I always put it in condiment bottles. Well, you know, for those of you who know that I always say, don't let the fear of not having the right colors of paint stop you from painting. You do not need leaf green. It looks the same as moss green, as lily pad green. There is no such thing as needing to have all of those name colors. In fact, the only white I use comes right from Home Depot. It's just white gallon paint. I use it to letter, I use it to base coat, to highlight, to shade. Everything comes out of a gallon. At one time, these were $27 a gallon. I don't know what they are now, but you can see he just pours it into these condiment bottles. But I got a snowman to paint. I don't got time to wait for him to put it in a bottle. So I just got to open it and start base coating. Hi, Francis. But, you know, especially, well, I used to paint a whole lot when I was doing craft shows, but still, this is such a better deal than having to deal with little bottles of paint, because I would be buying white continuously, and he hates how I open a lid, but I can't get it off any other way. So you can see it doesn't take long to use all of this paint. Woo! That's some vapor. I know that we have a backup bottle, but I don't know. Whew, this one's pretty potent. It's been sitting around for a while. So if you are worried about not having paint or the cost of doing things like this, just know that you don't need the best. Nothing needs to be the best. It's, in fact, if I had some, I'm going to turn you up here. I am so busy. I'm trying to get all my tutorials caught up. I do have somebody that helps me. Finally got one completed. So this is what I do for every project I paint. So today, this one was all done up. You know, I teach the project. I taught it in 3 different steps. I have to make a supply list for it. I have to make line drawings for it in 3 different formats. I have to put it over on the website in a nice package tutorial, so that when you purchase the tutorial or the people in the group go to look at it, they have everything right there. So it's got to be nice and neat for them, so that they can, okay, I'm going to use this brand of line drawing. I'm going to watch the videos, got the 3 videos, here's your supply list. I don't even give you colors of paint names, because I never know what color I'm going to grab. But, you know, it's a medium brown. Medium brown's medium brown, I don't care what you call it. So, you know, there's all kinds of things that you have to do to get them into the tutorial. And now I've been listing them on Etsy, so I got to go over, take more pictures, put it on Etsy. Take all those pictures, put them in a Google Drive. Take that, put it in my Shopify store. Click the link to send it straight over to Pinterest. Now I'm working on getting my email, pre-selling them, and what else do I do with them? I think that's it. But it's taken me all day to get one tutorial wrapped up, and that's not including the days that I spent filming how to do it. So and I did this one a couple weeks ago. I am working on getting this tutorial finished tonight, so that I can put 3 things in my email and send them out. So there are a lot of steps. People, especially to think, if I was just selling product, it wouldn't be so bad. But when I'm teaching it, I have to be very precise on, you know, you have to write out the line drawing. You have to put it in block posters and a different thing to convert it to a different file, because some people may not know how to use a JPEG, some don't know how to use a PDF, but everyone can use a block posters version. So I have to give them different versions. I have to take the video off of Facebook, download it onto my computer, upload it into Handbrake to compress it, to put it into the website. It's crazy how much back work there is on doing that. Then to make the little banners that go on there, and you got to go into Canva and do that, and then you got to get it ready to make your own product with it. So if it takes me 2 hours to teach it, I can honestly say it probably takes me another 2 hours to get it perfect so that I like how it looks. So if I did one project a day, maybe I would get caught up one of these days. But there's a lot behind it. It's not just, hey, watch me paint this, now you go and paint it. I have to be very concise. I'm going to turn you this way. Wow. Well, I paint because I got to do both at the same time, because this is going to be my project this week. And I kind of want to get ahead of the game a little bit. We normally meet on Tuesday nights, and that's the 4th of July, so I'm going to be, I'm not going anywhere on the 4th of July. I'm going to be staying here and working. The only good thing is I have an extra day. I don't have to teach until Wednesday. And we got to get ready for Virtual Home Core Marketplace, for the Christmas and July sales. We have a regular sale tonight. We have 3 vendors coming up at 7. And then on Friday is the auction over on the marketplace. I'm having an auction tonight. We are painting my husband will be here at 9 p.m. So after the marketplace is done, actually, I may start, I think 7:30. Actually, I may start a little bit early tonight because it is over at 8:30. It takes me a good half hour to get to the point of painting it to where I even know what I'm painting anyway. So I will be back here more closer to 8:30 than to 9 tonight. So, you know, we painted the heater last week. We painted the coffee pot the week before. And those are items that, you know, not only do people inside of my group get this pattern, the tutorial, I do a smaller one on Thursday. We have Zoom calls where everybody just chit-chats like we're on a party line, I think. And then whenever I paint things like the heater or the coffee pot, I make line drawings of those as well. Well, I don't like that big chunk out of there. Maybe that's why he used it for a pattern. But I want to create this to look old, like that heater I did. Hi, Judy. Detail on the sitting scarecrow. Sue, are you in that special Facebook group where I sold the pattern and all of the videos are there? Hi, Debbie from Florida. So if you are there, I will go and look it up in there because all of the videos should be in there. I've never had anybody ask that question. I sold the video for sold the pattern for those 3 sitting characters 4 years ago, and they still sell on Etsy. And there's over 400 people that are inside of that group that have bought it, and I've never had anyone ask how to paint the face. So if you're in that group, I will tag you in the video. Does that make sense? Because that was a paid tutorial that was outside the Painting of the Month group. Because that's the only sitting character I can think of that you would have. And if I'm wrong about that, let me know. If it's not in, I'm talking about the scarecrows that have the wire on the arms and legs and you dress them in kids' clothes. Because that's what I'm thinking you're talking about. I don't. That's why I'm behind. I do have a VA. But I have her doing so many other things. You know, but I'm thinking of hiring another one this week. Because I really need help doing all those graphics that we put inside of Virtual Home Decor Marketplace. You know, we make the graphics with the schedule. It's just crazy. That's why, you know, if you knew me from 2017, 2018, I just sold all the time because I just sat and painted and made product. Now I paint maybe 3 times a week, and that's my one big project for my group, a smaller project, and then when I go live. You know, I was doing craft around the clock. I have not signed up for any spots lately, and I think I'm kind of done with that whole group. And it's not because I don't like it at all. I just want to be able to sit here, paint it, and sell it. I don't want to have to deal with it. I just want people to buy it while I paint it. And I can't do that on craft around the clock. So anyway, you can see how much paint this takes to do one of these snowmen, because now I got another coat to give it. I sold this, my brush is really stiff, this pattern. It'll have a scarf around the neck. Actually, I think I'm going to take that scarf off the neck and make it different, because I already taught this in my Painting for Profits group once. And, but I just want to update it because I was doing a video today. We've got new members in the group, and I went live, or did a video on how to find all the tutorials and how you can go in and look at all the videos we did on top of the tutorials. And there's several in there that my husband did, you know, like on cutting, putting things together, you know, how to build a bench, how to make your own stain, how to use, and I've got to go here in just a moment and introduce the lineup for the marketplace. I did pin it to the top. And you know what I'm going to do on this one? Here I am painting it all white. But I think I want to paint it black now. I think I want to make it look primitive. So I kind of did all this for nothing. I think I'm in change. I think I totally changed my mind on what I want. And so what I did with these at the craft show was I'd paint these scarves, and if you saw it painted, it comes down and you have the scarf here, and then I would put people's names on them, like the Smiths, the Jones, the Burtons, whatever, down here. Sold tons of them. It was another one of those things that, you know, we sold all the trucks, we sold all the scarecrow heads. These things were the same way, and they were great sellers because when you went to craft shows, not too many people personalized, and that was one of the reasons, not only with the prints that I showed yesterday, but I personalized almost everything, and people just always wanted their names on things. So it was another way that we really made a lot of money at craft shows. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time. So guys, I'm gonna let you go. I will be back here between 8:30 and 9. I haven't even looked to see if more people said fall or winter or Halloween on the lunchbox. So I gotta go, and I will come back, and whoever, you know, if there's more fall, I'll paint it fall. If there's more winter, I'll paint it winter. I don't sit down with a vision in my head when I start painting on these things. It just comes to life while I'm doing it. So I don't know what it's gonna look like. You don't know what it's gonna look like. I paint it. My husband will be here to answer questions and to commentate. And when you feel like it's at a point where you think you would like to have it, we start taking bids. And then at the end, we say last call. And if somebody wants it, they can do it. Winter, I don't mind which one I do. I like them all, so it doesn't matter to me. So I just go with it, and somehow they turn out, and maybe one time it doesn't turn out. We don't know what, but I don't sit and worry about it before I go. Debbie, you like to watch people paint? I don't. Isn't that so odd? I don't watch other people paint, and I don't know why. If you know me, you know it's just me and Judge Judy in here, or People's Court all the time, because they're monotonous. If I sat and listened to somebody create, it would, do you ever get going down that rabbit hole? So if I listen to somebody paint, then my mind is on them, not what I'm doing, and I don't want to be influenced. I've painted my own way for 25 years now. I don't want to be influenced by others that maybe I changed my way or something. So I just kind of, I can't. But I can't listen to anything. I can't listen to somebody talking on something that I need to be learning either. I've got to have monotonous noise in the background, monotone, and just let it come to me. If I were to interfere with doing any of that other stuff, I don't think things would turn out as well. I kind of say that, yeah, it just all flows through you, and you have to be open, and you can't have all that stuff inside of you when you create, because it flows, and it flows perfectly. So anyway, I'm in go. I got to go on the marketplace and introduce the lineup. You guys, if you want to see some really nice handmade home decor, it's not all handmade, but really nice stuff. So you watch true crime? I just turn it on and it goes. I'm not quite sure what's playing. Thank you, Tammy. All right, guys. See you over on Virtual Home Decor Marketplace, and I will be back here between 8:30 and 9. It's always better to do your own thing. Otherwise, I sit and if I look at other people's stuff, I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have thought about doing that. So once you see it, this kind of thing with me and my friends who are other painters, once we see it, we can't unsee it. And then it's like, man, I wish I would have done that.